We're mobile.
Take Fox Sports 1350 with you using iHeartRadio.
KTDD Riverside, San Bernardino. Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM.
Yo, what up? This is Sendog from Cypress Hill. You're listening to me on IE Sportsnet all day long, all day strong, you heard?
Yes, we are live in the great city of Riverside at the iHeartRadio studios. It's IE Sportsnet, connected by Boost Mobile and Fox Sports 1350. I am your host, Eternal.
And I am the one and only Coach B. You know, when it comes to Inland Empire Sports, the conversation starts here on the number one sports talk radio show in the Inland Empire on Fox Sports 1350. Now, you know, I love doing this. I had to, you know, you and I, we talk a lot off the air, but I got to put my hat in the ring.
Yes, sir.
And I got to let people know. And, you know, people may call me a hater because I thought the greatest player I ever saw in my lifetime was Buck Johnson. But you know what? When LBJ first entered the league, I used to call him LeBron's James because remember the year Kobe didn't play in the Olympics?
Yeah.
They won the bronze. So I used to call him LeBron's James is what I used to call him.
That's funny.
But I'll tell you right now, just looking as a true purist when it comes to basketball.
Right.
Let me ask you, if you had a player that was the size of Karl Malone, had the speed of John Wall, could handle and pass like Magic Johnson, would you not think that he could be one of the greatest players ever?
You would think that. However, then comes the gut. And one of the things we've been critical on with LeBron James, and he's really surmounted that as of late. As we were always critical on LeBron of having that chest, having that will to want the ball in clutch. And there were years when he first started that it was very painfully obvious. The clutch, the moment used to get too big for him.
Well, let me ask you this. The year that LeBron left Cleveland, how did they do when he went to Miami?
Understood.
They were a lottery team. When he left Miami, they didn't make the playoffs.
They did not.
So, but in 1992, the Bulls went 57-25.
Right.
In 1990, the following year, they went 55-27.
Correct. And let me tell you something about what my dispute is about Michael Jordan, right? And I've always told people this.
So you're on the side that Michael Jordan is the GOAT?
I am not.
Okay.
But what I am saying is this, is that because the NBA had stake in making Michael Jordan the greatest.
Indeed.
They were at a time where Magic Johnson and Larry Bird were gone.
When Pippen went hand-checking him in 91, that was illegal.
And right. So when they were gone, they had to make somebody the guy. And they were, and like I said, if you guys ever want to go back and look at a series, look at the series between Michael Jordan and Gary Payton. When I tell you that Michael Jordan was like, get this dude off me. Because he was up in his shorts, and then the next game, they started calling fouls. I remember Gary Payton almost crying.
Right.
Like, I can't touch him.
Yeah.
They wouldn't even let me touch him.
And the thing about it, it's funny you talk about the playoffs in your series. People always talk about him being 6-0, right?
Right.
Now, what about 1984-85 when they lost in the first round to the Bucks? We don't count that?
Right.
What about 1985-86 when they lost in the first round to the Celtics 3-0? We're not going to talk about that.
Come on.
And what about 1986-87 when they lost again 3-0 to the Celtics? So we're not going to talk about that.
Right, exactly. So that's why I said Mike's record is not infallible.
Exactly.
So his finals record is infallible. However, it's undefeated. I won't say infallible. Undefeated. But here's the situation. You tell me who Mike was playing in those things. Now you're playing a very, very old Magic. You know what I mean? Like I'm talking about Magic on his downswing.
And on top of that, who was checking Magic? It wasn't Jordan.
I was just about to say. And here's the situation. That a new rule had to be reinstated because of the way that Pippen was guarding him at the time.
So wait, hold up. The greatest player ever didn't stick Magic?
He didn't want that.
Okay.
He didn't want that.
So when the guy at Chicago, what was his name? Rose was supposed to be the guy, and no one could stop him. Who they put on him?
LeBron James.
When you need to stop somebody, who do they put on him?
And like I said, man, here's my situation. I remember seeing LeBron James, and I always talk about this, at Magic Johnson's Midsummer Night, the last one he did. And there was Carmelo Anthony out there who was featured that year because they won the chip that year at Syracuse.
At Syracuse, yep.
And LeBron James coming straight out of high school. And I remember walking away from that thinking Carmelo was the guy. until they started talking to me about what LeBron does, and then I started like thinking, because one of the things that looks you never get used to seeing is somebody that big, that
size
fast,
of Carmelo.
yeah, that fast coming down the court. Just with dying. And I was wondering, like, why is he passing on? Because here's the situation. When
he
people
makes
look
the
at
right basketball play.
Agree. And now, as you mature, you understand that now. Because LeBron James and doing just what he did last night can do whatever he wants on the court. That's basically what he's saying. He's like, I could just go through there, come down, and just all the way down the court and just flush on you. Like, I mean, it's ridiculous.
And speaking of that, you know, he can do whatever he wants to do. Am I not correct in saying that Jordan had Steve Kerr hit big shots?
Yes.
He had Paxson hit big shots. So you mean to tell me Jordan didn't make every game-winning shot when they won a championship?
And then here's the situation. And one of the things LeBron gets a lot of flack for, me included, is that he was doing the make-believe teams. You know, he was going to teams where they're manufactured. However, one of the things about it is you got to win the games. You know, you got to stay healthy. You got to win the games. And LeBron James, you know, people, there's all kind of rumors going around, but I don't care what you're taking.
Well, here's the thing. I'm glad you mentioned that. Is Scottie Pippen not one of the 75 greatest players to ever play the game?
True indeed.
Is Dennis Rodman not one of the greatest rebounders to ever play the game?
True indeed.
Horace Grant was pretty good too, right?
With polka dots in his hair.
Exactly. And I'll ask you this. So if you're in Cleveland the first time he took a team of bums to the finals win.
Agreed.
If you're in Cleveland and your rival coming, which is the Celtics, they get Kevin Garnett. They get Ray Allen.
Right.
What are you going to do when you got a team full of bums?
Agreed. Well, and think about this though. Don't even go there that far deep. Last year, the year before last, when he lost to the Golden State Warriors, when there was no Kyrie Irving,
right?
There was no Kevin Muffin,
but he don't get credit for that.
He don't get no credit for that.
You know, that's a loss in his record,
and that's why I say and he
took a team of bums, and that was a loss.
And people will tell you that was probably one of the best NBA final performances.
LeBron James
ever.
took them to 6 games.
Yeah,
LeBron James.
So I mean,
Dellavedova.
Yeah, like I said, man, like I was always saying that Magic was the best, and then I started seeing. Then you see Kobe, and I was like, "Woo wee!" Kobe is like. Because Kobe is probably like, I mean, I've seen Kobe, and Kobe is that I've seen play, that's the best I've seen play.
And statistically, LeBron was the one who beat the best team in the league, the Golden State Warriors.
True indeed.
LeBron.
True.
LeBron did that. But I think we got to go. Yeah. And at 32, he's only getting better.
I agree.
He's still got 4 years left.
We're going to be in for a really great finals. But again, I want to thank all of our guests. We had Keanu Smith on. Big shout out to my man John Smith and the Mrs. Smith for making it out today. We appreciate it. Happy anniversary to my guys.
Yeah. Brandy Bell Arrington is listening. She said thank you. This is your song, Brandy. So let's go ahead and get out of here. You ready? You got anything else you turn on the drop?
Hey, big shout out to my man Punch in the studio, Greg Holler. That's it, man.
You dropping your CD soon?
No. Oh, yeah. Right. I got my brand new mixtape. You can only download it on my Christian Mingle link.
Right. So thank you for listening to IE Sports Net connected by Boost Bubble with Coach B.
And Eternal. When it comes to Inland Empire Sports, you know the conversation starts and stops here. Live in the great city of the Inland Empire. San Bernardino Riverside. We out of here.
The #1 sports talk show.
One.
And I've only made plans to hold your little hand. It's our anniversary.
You're listening to IESportsNet.com, the Inland Empire Sports Authority.
You are tuned into the new home for IE Sportsnet every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. with Coach B.
And Eternal. When it comes to Inland Empire Sports, the conversation starts and stops here.
On Fox Sports Radio, 1350 a.m., IE Sportsnet every Saturday morning, 8 a.m.